Cast your minds back a year ago to the opening ceremony of the Olympics. The National Health Service was celebrated as a national treasure. There were scenes of children jumping up and down on beds with nurses dancing around them. It was almost like a scene from My CBeebies show. A year on, and that rose-tinted picture of the NHS is well and truly shattered. This week, the government announced that it was placing 11 hospital trusts into special measures because of major failings such as staffing problems, poor care and weak leadership. As a doctor that's worked in one of those trusts, I must say I'm not surprised. Despite high levels of dedication and determination, staff are worryingly overstretched. Some are too exhausted or too scared to speak up, whilst others have fallen into the comfort of complacency. More and more money is being sucked up by managers, bureaucracy and external consultants, and leaders appear to be complacent or even careless. This isn't limited to a small number of hospitals, this is happening up and down the country. Watching political parties clash over who's to blame for failing hospitals is a depressing sight, but politicians have never been able to leave the NHS alone. Labour brought in endless targets, which inevitably meant that some hospitals rushed patients through to meet those targets. And they set up the Care Quality Commission, which in itself seems unfit for purpose. Despite promising no more top-down reorganisation of the NHS, the current government is doing just that. So that's the diagnosis, but what would I prescribe? Well, changes to the NHS do need to be made, but they should be dictated by the needs of patients, not politicians. Anyone that's worked in the NHS will know that there's a great deal of wastage and efficiencies can be made. It drives me mad to see nurses filling in endless reports and forms and not having time to do their job. This isn't about nurses being too clever to care, it's about them not having enough time. We also need to have a serious think about our expectations and what the NHS can provide, and that may involve a radical revision of how we meet those needs. In children's care, for instance, my specialism, the future is likely to involve the development of better specialist units supporting fewer improved satellite sites and better integration into primary care. We're all going to have to learn to live with less, and that includes politicians. And they're going to have to be brave enough to back the streamlining of services, even if it involves closures within their constituencies. I love and respect our NHS. We all want it to be like the picture portrayed in the Olympic opening ceremony, but we're going to have to be honest about the bad bits as well as the good. Until we acknowledge the flaws, we can't make the improvements that are necessary. But one thing's for sure, if we carry on as we are, it's a very real risk the NHS will burn out.